Committee, Monday, March the 2nd, 10 a.m. Clerk, please open the roll. For members, please cast your attendance. And Mr. Clerk, do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do. We have our music on too.
All right. So, members, we have two bills on the agenda today, and just be mindful that there are a couple of other bills that will be docketed for next Monday at 10 a.m. And just a reminder, those subcommittees that we have will not be meeting. We'll take up those bills in full committee. First up on the agenda, we have Senate Bill 269, Senator Favola, and we have had a conversation with Senator Favola, and she realizes the bill is in, I guess, cognate of Delegate Maldonado's bill, and so the chair will entertain a motion.
Move to lay on the table.
Second.
Mr. Chair, I have a motion to carry over Senate Bill 269 to 2027.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we carry over Senate Bill 269 on the line amendment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the Senate Bill 269 has been carried over. Next up, we have Senate Bill 796, and we have Senator Durant.
Good morning.
Good morning, Senator
Mr.
Durant.
Chair, members of the committee, how are you all? Okay. So I think we've got to move a substitute, correct?
All right. Attorney May, could you please report?
I can speak to the substitute first, or if you want to move it, whatever you prefer, Mr. Chair.
Sure.
Okay. So there are two changes that we needed to make for this. One was to incorporate at the request of the Attorney General's office to ensure it's similar to investigatory process they currently have under authority of the Virginia Consumer Protection Act and the Virginia Consumer Data Protection Act. And the other change is swapping out the word on line 29 solely out for primarily to address some of the concerns of some of the other industries that had with potential being swept up into their AI assistance on their active pages. There was, I think, some grocery stores, that sort of thing. You just want to make sure they weren't inadvertently being pulled in, so that made them comfortable. So that's a reflection of those two changes.
Thank you so much.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second, and now we have before us the substitute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So this is a reflection in this bill of something we've heard about, unfortunately.
Senator Durant, just one second.
Of course.
All those in favor of the substitute?
Aye.
Okay, now we have the substitute in front of us. Sorry.
Pardon. This is a reflection of something we've heard that's horrifying, that we have these AI companion chatbots that children are engaging with, and I have unfortunately had some really tragic outcomes. There's one specific young man, his name is Sewell Seltzer, and he was under the belief that he was engaging in a relationship, and it's horrifying because we had a really tragic outcome with that young man. He was only 14 years old, and he did commit suicide. The 72% apparently of these kids, of these teenagers, are using AI companion chatbots, and 1 in 3 use chatbots for social and romantic relationships. And so Virginia, we have been a leader in a lot of this area in technology, particularly with phones and protecting kids on social media. We've been able to come together in a strong bipartisan format. So this is that next step, an important step. As a mother and a former educator, I can tell you I'd be really proud if we were able to lead on this again. And I don't think that our children, these teenagers particularly that are vulnerable, can wait. And so that's the genesis of this bill. It requires that chatbot companies get an age verification before minors can access restricted features. That's important to note, like explicit content or relationship simulation. It creates a limited access mode so anyone can safely use the most basic features of these chatbots without completing that age verification. And chatbots cannot encourage minors to hide the use of the chatbot from their parents. They cannot send them inappropriate content, sexually explicit content as defined in code, or extreme violence, or lie about being human, which we've seen some of that happen. And companies have to report deaths, suicide attempts, or psychiatric emergencies to the Attorney General within 15 days. So this, again, does not ban anyone from using the chatbots, and it doesn't restrict the functionality for adults, but exempts them from that content that we were just discussing. So there's been, when I spoke with Senator Eben about it, and also Senator Van Valkenburg, they were really helpful, and they've signed on to the bill. We worked, and Senator Rome, actually, also. One of the questions that came up, I would love the committee just to, if you give me the grace to talk about it, is that there have been a couple of other states that have addressed this, and they've done it in a couple of different ways. And Senator Eben was very interested in sharing that committee what they have done. California and New York have enacted similar protections. They've gone about it in a couple of different ways. But there have been some, at the federal level, there is a proposal for the GUARD Act, which has got Senator Warner and Senator Hawley. So I thought that was interesting, that there have been some recognition that we've got to do something for protection. But as we all know, at the state level, we tend to move the needle a little bit faster. And so there have been even, unfortunately, some character AI and Google settled lawsuits over 2 suicides even within this last month. So it's clear that these protections are really desperately needed for these kids. And so I urge the committee, hopefully, that you will report this bill favorably. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much, Senator. We've had other bills similar. Mm-hmm. And because of some of the conversations that we had around our federal funding at risk, and with some of the agencies that we have in the state, there are certain pieces of legislation that they have recommended that we do not move forward with, including legislation that I had. And so we had to table those bills. And so I'm not seeing anything in yours that would substantially change it with this substitute that you have from the previous version that you had, the introduced version. And with that, it leaves us in that same posture.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I've been apprised in some of that. We did take a look at some of what looked like the carve-out specifically for children, and felt that we were in a comfortable posture with that, but certainly understand and respect the concerns of the committee and the chair on that front. So I think that, I would encourage that if that is a remaining concern about keeping the Commonwealth in a good posture, and also still reflecting a shared concern that we have about the real extreme danger these children are being faced, that if it's carried over and send it over to JCOTS so that we can reflect on this and make sure that we're moving forward in the right posture.
Absolutely, absolutely. Chair recognizes Delegate Maldonado.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, speaking to the bill.
Delegate Maldonado.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to thank the senator for bringing this bill forward. It is similar, although different, but similar to my chatbots and use with kids under 18 bill that was carried over in subcommittee. I think this is a critically important issue. I think it's a bipartisan issue. I also want to name what is clearly present as well, and that is the chilling effect of the AI executive order on state actions. These bills are specifically in the carve-outs listed in the executive order. However, we have seen in other states, even red states, where the administration has gone after them even when they're doing things in the carve-outs. And so I think we're at a very difficult moment in time where what does it look like to persist and to stand up for our people, and being asked to be able to connect people to broadband, or protect their data and privacy is an untenable position for us to be in as legislators. It's inappropriate. It's unfair. I think that we do need to figure this out. And so at the appropriate time, Mr. Chair, I have a motion.
Thank you so much. Chair recognizes Delegate Glass.
Delegate Maldonado, Mr. Chair, took all the words out of my mouth. I second her comments.
All right. Again, Senator, we appreciate the fact that you've brought this. It is a very important issue, and we will be addressing it with the Joint Commission on Technology and Science.
Mr. Chair, if I may just respond to the delegates, and I want to thank you for
Senator
your leadership.
Durant.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much for your leadership and reflecting some of that insight on it. And just appreciate the opportunity for us to come together on something so important as these kids. And I don't think they can wait, is my perspective. So, but certainly absolutely respect to, the movement forward that the committee has made. And I just want to thank you all.
Thank you so much. Chair recognizes Delegate Maldonado.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I believe JCOTS has looked at a lot of the issues around kids and chatbot companions and some of the research, but I would recommend that we not lay this bill on the table, that we carry it over to 2027, because I would like for us to consider what the climate is like next session to see if there is any other movement and how our BEAD funding has been deployed and what the climate is like. If there is a piece of this that we would like for JCOTS to consider, Mr. Chair, I would welcome the opportunity to carry this over to 2027, as well as to for JCOTS consideration if you feel that that is appropriate.
Thank you so much, Delegate Maldonado. Is that a motion?
I move that we carry this bill to 2027 and that we recommend send a letter to JCOTS.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we carry over Senate Bill 796 with a letter to the Joint Commission on Technology and Science. All those in favor?
Aye. Okay.
Thank you so much, Senator.
Thank you very much.
With that, members, that exhausts our agenda. We hereby consider the meeting adjourned.